This is Coulter. Give me a time check, please.
40110, Dan. 40111, 40112, 40113.
Okay, I got it. 10-4.
Car 2, code 1305. Proceed to point 7 at once. Roadblock.
10-4.
Emergency, code 1305. Establish roadblock, code 1305.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're watching PNT. I'm your host, wondering whether or not a cat wrapped in a flour tortilla would be called a burrito. Up front this week, according to an article by the Huffington Post and numerous online sources, one man in Virginia seems to have let TV go to his head. Literally. Residents of Henrico County have recently been plagued with a series of mysterious nocturnal visitations from a figure wearing the shell of an old-style tube television on his head. But instead of stealing his victim's property, this prowler instead adds to it, in the form of vintage TVs. So far, over 50 homes in the Virginia suburb have been gifted with the obsolete technology, leaving homeowners who have caught the TV head guy on security camera footage puzzled. Mr. TV head appears to be unconcerned with the surveillance, however, often taking the cheeky step of turning and waving to the camera before moving out of view. While certainly startling, most of the reticent recipients of the porch parcels have simply attributed the incidents to a harmless prank by college students. The television terror is apparently a repeat as well, with 20 sets being left on porches last August. With little to go on and with no actual crime being committed, Henrico police had little more to do than simply collecting the offspring of the wayward watcher for later disposal. For PNT's part, while we have to admire the sheer audacity of the TV head guy, we have to point out that for true authenticity, the video vandal should have at least included a pan of Jiffy Pop and a copy of the latest TV guide. From boob-tube bandits to mysterious moppets, the next story in our weekly roundup of the weird takes us to Missouri, where someone seems to be taking a page from the perpetrator of our previous story. But these gifts are far more disturbing. Residents of Jefferson County have been plagued with an invasion of creepy dolls that have been left in various locations around the county. While that alone would be enough to disturb most, these dreadful dolls are deliberately posed and put into place in ways that might make an observer think they were a real child in danger. So far, the dolls have been found standing and lying on rocks, leaning against street lamps, under garbage dumpsters, and even hanging from stop signs and traffic lights. The dolls are apparently handmade, and most appear to be lacking a face. Despite the deliberate posing of the dolls, police believe the unusual effigies are simply a prank, but had strong words for the perpetrator of the marionette mayhem, with Festus Police Chief Tim Lewis stating, "If someone thinks it's a child, and they take steps to get that child out of traffic and they get injured, it's not a joke anymore." For PNT's part, we have to wonder if the person behind the frightening figures is trying to make a statement, or simply looking to provoke a reaction from people who would rather sit in a box full of spiders than be left alone for 5 minutes with one of Annabelle's acolytes. Either way, they've succeeded. We'll be back with the final part of our program in just a few moments. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Halo Shampoo presents the real inside story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Young lady, you've eaten all of Junior's porridge.
And busted his chair.
And slept in my bed. Of course. I'm supposed to. I'm Goldilocks. She's not Goldilocks. Her hair isn't pretty.
Let's wash it and find out.
Not with that. Soaping doll's hair. Halo glorifies it.
'Cause Halo shampoo's not a soap or a cream.
So it can't leave dulling soap film.
Gee, look at the suds.
If she's really Goldilocks, Halo shampoo will soon prove it.
Now, let's take a look.
It is Goldilocks.
Halo, everybody, Halo. Halo is the shampoo that glorifies your hair, so Halo shampoo, Halo.
Remember, soaping doll's hair. Halo glorifies it, leaves it fragrant, dandruff-free, and wonderfully easy to manage.
So Halo, everybody, Halo. Halo shampoo, Halo.
Welcome back. And remember, the next time you shower, say hello to Halo. For the final part of our weekly roundup of the weird, PNT is pleased to bring you a series of multiple UFO sightings drawn from the MUFON database. Filmed on August 3rd, the witness accounts and footage appear to show numerous, brilliantly colored orbs moving through the skies over Fairfield, Westchester, and Port Union, Ohio. Let's have a look at the footage.
I'm literally seeing a UFO right now. And then the lights go out. And there's more. Then they come back. What are those? And so, wow, that is so weird.
Is that a jet fucking looking for it?
I don't know.
Could be. Did you stop your movie?
No. Well,
it was about over with. Yeah.
I don't know. That thing looks like it's fading out too.
There they are again. Holy shit.
Dude, that's a fucking UFO. Or they're moving.
The one my dad saw over on Webster had different colored lights that went around and around it. It was after a bad storm that night. Oh, they're not even showing up on your phone. They're going out again.
They're fucking showing up perfect on mine. That's fucking crazy. What the fuck is this? Dude, do you see like a base?
Mm-hmm.
Like of an actual object and those lights are going around it?
Mm-hmm.
And look, they just fucking fade back. What the fuck?
But everybody thought I was always crazy because I was saying that I seen them.
No, I've seen shit too, but I've never seen something that fucking big. And that thing keeps fading in and out.
Uh-huh.
Dude, holy shit.
My Lord, what is that?
What the? What the fuck is going on right now? This is the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Oh, now all different color lights.
Dude, I need to call it the fucking Woodstock.
Yeah. This is weirder than all get-outs.
It's like small fireworks shows that they're... Bro, what?
What is this?
I mean, that's a UFO. It just moved, like...
It moved, yeah, like it moved a lot further south. And they disappeared, and now they're back, and now they're going out again.
That's an airplane, I believe.
Is that a jet fucking looking for it?
I don't know.
Could be.
Did you stop your movie?
No. Well,
It was about over with.
Yeah,
I don't know. That thing looks like it's fading out too.
There they are again. Holy shit.
Dude, that's a fucking UFO.
What is this? It moved, yeah, like it moved a lot further south. And they disappeared, and now they're back, and now they're going out again.
And the lights go out.
There's more.
That's fucking crazy.
Then they come back. What
is this? Dude, do you see like a base?
Mm-hmm.
Like of an actual object, and those lights are going around it?
Mm-hmm.
And look, they just fucking fade back. What the fuck?
But everybody thought I was always crazy because I was saying that I seen them.
No, I've seen shit too, but I've never seen something that fucking big. And that thing keeps fading in and out.
Uh-huh.
Dude, holy shit.
My Lord, what is that?
What the? What the fuck is going on right now? This is the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Oh, now all different color lights.
Dude, I need to call it the fucking police.
Yeah. This is where all get outs.
So what were the odd lights filmed by multiple witnesses appearing and disappearing over the skies of 3 Ohio cities? Let's run down the possibilities. We can safely rule out birds, clouds, stars, and most astronomical phenomena, such as meteors. The eponymous weather balloon is a possibility, though remote. Balloons could be filled with helium and lit from within using commonly available LED lighting. The trouble would arise in being able to maintain a steady position, formation, and coordinate not only movements, but the ability to turn the lights on and off at will in order to duplicate the disappearance and later reappearance of the craft seen in the video. This would also not account for the separate craft that seems to presage the appearance of the main lights, moving rapidly about as though it were controlling or perhaps coordinating the action from a distance before vanishing itself. So, while balloons could be a possibility, it's just not the likeliest one in terms of sheer practicality. With balloons disposed of, we can turn our attention to flares, either commercial or military. We have seen before that flares are often mistaken for UFOs due to their luminosity, slow drift patterns, and telltale burnout. But in this case, those same attributes rule against flares, clearly exhibiting both independent movements and the ability to fade in and out of view, something that a standard flare cannot achieve. So, with our flare explanation quickly burning out, we can turn our attention to the next likeliest source: drones. Drones could easily replicate the motions of the objects seen in the videos, moving about and turning on and off at will. While it is possible that drones could account for the lights, how likely is it that the owners of 4 to 5 drones would coordinate such a hoax, or be able to do it so smoothly? A sequence this complex would have to be either practiced or programmed. While in this case it rules against the practicality of drones being the source, it was these very facts that were to prove crucial in our analysis of the sightings. But more on that later. With drones suffering the same cuts with Occam's razor as balloons and flares, we can move on to aircraft, either commercial or military. Again, it comes down to a matter of common sense. Small aircraft could certainly move in a coordinated fashion, slowly fading their lights in and out of view, but they would have difficulty maintaining the steady positions we see the objects maintain in the videos. Short of military craft such as the Harrier jet, aircraft do not generally have VTOL capability, vertical takeoff and landing. Even were these objects a display of VTOL aircraft, the lack of noise shoots a wide hole in this possibility. VTOL craft are notoriously loud and would certainly have been heard by the witnesses and be present on the audio track of the videos. As we can hear, there's no sound. While a smaller aircraft might certainly account for the smaller separate light that appears to be coordinating the motions of the others, it would not account for the aerodynamics the larger lights display. Momentarily stymied, and with our list of possible explanations running short, we still couldn't shake the feeling that the motions of the lights was the key to solving the mystery. Setting that instinct aside temporarily, we attempted to determine the location of the strange lights on the hopes that it might shed some light on the puzzle, with where pointing to what. As a result, PNT took the various pieces of footage and painstakingly matched the timestamps of each of the videos and arranged them to run chronologically, showing the entire 3-minute sequence simultaneously and in real time. Not an easy task, but a worthwhile one for you. We then marked the rough locations of the witnesses themselves, triangulating the lines of sight from each location where they meet, thus allowing us to pinpoint the area the lights were hovering over. In this case, a housing development north of Port Union called Beckett Ridge, which boasts an exclusive golf club and a well-manicured HOA. This discovery only provided us with another question. Why would these odd objects be over this precise spot? Smelling a possible answer, we searched the online event calendars for the surrounding cities, looking for any event on the date of the sightings, August the 3rd. We found none that could account for such a display until we dug deeper into the calendar of the Beckett Ridge Golf Club itself. We discovered that on August 3rd, the resort was hosting the 2019 Hoodie Memorial Golf Tournament, and that the tournament had been capped off with an aerial display provided by a local company called Team Fast Tracks. The program consisted of skydivers fitted with bright LEDs and a spotter airplane that was indeed acting as a coordinator for the performance. Ironically, this revelation led to another question. Why was the spotter plane also fading in and out? And why were there no running lights displayed on the craft, or the red and green indicator lights required by law? Curious also is the seeming ability of the skydivers to actually gain altitude, rather than falling at a steady rate. Is this simply expert maneuvering, or a cover for something more interesting? The possibility that Team Fast Tracks might not have been alone in the skies on August 3rd. What if, through sheer coincidence, or perhaps design, the aerial show served as a cover for an actual UFO appearance? Consider the startled reactions of the witnesses, the length of time of the event, and the rapid movements from one suburb to the next. PNT was only able to assemble 3 minutes out of a much lengthier sighting. Who knows what might have occurred in that time? Is it possible that some unknown intelligence spied the performance from the air and decided to join in the festivities? While this may seem far-fetched, we can point directly to the 1947 Portland UFO wave we just covered in the latest episode of Hidden UFO History for precedent. The objects over Portland decided to make their visitation on July 4th, Independence Day, which abounded with celebrations both on the ground and later in the air. Could others, like the Portland UFOs, have been drawn to investigate and perhaps reveal themselves openly, thinking that they were being signaled from below, and hijacking, if you will, the festivities, the intergalactic equivalent of party crashing? It's certainly something to consider when you're planning your next barbecue. But whether or not the strange lights recorded by multiple witnesses fading in and out of view over 3 Ohio suburbs were a coordinated drone display, an extremely capable team of skydivers performing for a banquet dinner, or something else entirely, we'll leave up to you to decide. Sound off in the comment section below with your thoughts. That's it for this time, faithful viewers. Be sure to click like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified when PNT presents your next portion of the paranormal. I'm your host, reminding you to keep an open mind, because a closed one shuts out the truth.
Wait a minute, Clint. Don't run. Come on, Clint, get in the truck. You can't get away. Come on, get in the truck.